students, today in biology we will take the topic natural selection. In this topic we will learn to define evolution and natural selection. We will learn to describe 4 steps of natural selection and to describe the importance of variation. Firstly, we will see what is evolution. Evolution is the process of change over time, specifically a change in the frequency of a gene or allele in a population over time. Charles Darwin is known as father of evolution. He proposed a mechanism for evolution known as natural selection. Darwin went on a 5-year trip around the world on the ship the Beagle. As the ship's naturalist, he made observations of organisms in South America and the Galapagos Island. He wrote a book known as Origin of the Species. What does it mean, natural selection? Natural selection is when organisms that are best adapted to environment survive and reproduce more than others. You have to know that Darwin's theory of natural selection occurs in 4 steps. First step is overproduction, then is variation, competition, and selection. What is overproduction? Each species produces more offspring than can survive, as you see in this picture. Variation is when each individual has a unique combination of inherited traits. Organisms will be adapted with the environment where they live. Also, adaptation is an inherited trait that increases an organism's chances of survival. As you see in this picture, the bugs are different by colors. Why is variation important? Because the environment changes. The more variation within a species, the more likely it will survive. As example, if everyone is the same, they are all vulnerable to the same environmental changes or disease. The more variation of type of species in an habitat, the more likely at least some will survive. Example, dinosaurs replaces by mammals. The third step of natural selection is competition. But what is competition? You have to know that individuals compete for limited resources that are food, water, space, and mates. Natural selection occurs through survival of the fittest. Fitness is the ability to survive and reproduce. Not all individuals survive to adulthood. What is selection? The individuals with the best trait or adaptations will survive and have the opportunity to pass on its trait to offspring. Natural selection acts on the phenotype, not to genotype. Example, when a predator finds its prey, it is due to the prey's physical characteristic, like color or slow speed, not the alleles. Individuals with traits that are not well suited to their environment either die or leave few offspring. Evolution occurs when good traits build up in a population over many generations, and bad traits are eliminated by the death of the individuals. Let's do a summary of Darwin's theory. Individuals in nature differ from one another. Organisms in nature produce more offspring than can survive, and many of those who do not survive do not reproduce. Individuals best suited for the environment survive and reproduce most successful. Species change over time. Now for homework you will define these words: evolution, natural selection, variation, overproduction, and you will speak for the life of Charles Darwin. Goodbye for today.